Tenders and Turntables is about all of the tender engines being mad that they have to fetch their own coaches because Thomas has his own branch line now. Gordon especially is very mad at the fact that he has to do that, thinking that tender engines are too important to be doing this type of thing, to the point where he basically refuses to get on the turntable properly. His driver and firemen punish him by making him take the express from behind. James ends up laughing at Gordon, and then James heads on over to the turntable. But because Gordon refusing to get on the turntable properly ended up messing it up, well, James ended up going out of control, spinning on the turntable. Later that night, the tender engines officially had enough of Sir Topham Hatt's bullcrap, and they have officially started to go on strike. Which leads us directly into the next episode, where everybody at Knapford Station is complaining to Sir Topham Hatt about the lack of engines. So he has Edward pick up the slack around the station, but because the other tenders just refused to do most of the work, he needs some more engines. And this is where we get introduced to Percy, the little green engine.
How beautifully you wished him!
So Sir Topham Hatt brings Percy to work, and he very easily befriends Edward, and he later befriends Thomas. Percy even taking Annie and Clarabelle out for a spin. Meanwhile, all of the tender engines are lonely and miserable because they were acting too silly. So these episodes were classics to me as a kid. I always recognized these episodes. I really do remember these, mainly because it was a three-parter. There were 3 episodes released in a row that all connect to each other, and we're going to be looking at part 3 to this installment later on tomorrow. The episodes, looking back on them as an adult, they're fine, I think so. The second episode especially kind of villainizes striking, making us sympathize for Sir Topham Hatt, the big greedy boss dude. But it is nice to see the first appearance of Percy and to see the beginning of Thomas and Percy's friendship.